What's up, YouTube? Where were you on the night of May 25th, 2018? Well, if you live in the area that I do, you should have been at this show to see Midnight, BAT, WORMWITCH, and BEWITCHER. Well, the bands I was there mainly to see was Midnight and BAT, but the other two bands were totally fucking awesome. So yeah, I want to talk about that a little bit. So the first band, Bewitcher, like I said, I didn't know who they were. Actually, still haven't really researched them, but they did kick ass. Every band kicked ass, you know, I could start off by saying that. But yeah, Bewitcher was the first band. They had, the bass player seemed like to be like the main singer, and then also the guitar player did a lot of vocals. And, if anything was outstanding about Bewitcher, I'd say it was that guitar player, singer guy. I mean, you know, there's a lot of bands, like, when you see it's, like, super impressive the way that they're able to do vocals, like, and play, like, that technical guitar parts and stuff. And this guy was, like, definitely an example of that. Like, playing, like, you know, off-tempo things on your, you know, with your hands while doing these vocal parts, like, to a point where it was, to me, just really outstanding. So, Bewitcher totally fucking rocked. I shared, some videos of that, so you can see that video on my page of Bewitcher covering Battery Sacrifice, which my favorite cover of that song is the actually Tudor version, I guess you could say. And it's funny that I was thinking of that connection while they were rocking that. I was thinking, like, you know, my favorite version of this song is a cover by Tudor, and it's actually one of my favorite things that Tudor does, oddly enough. But the reason why it was interesting that I was thinking that is because when WORMWITCH, when I caught them, I was thinking, well, this band kind of feels like Tudor a lot. I think if you're a fan of Tudor, you would even like them. And, you know, there's a lot of people that don't like Tudor, and for the reasons that often I feel that those people don't like Tudor, this band WORMWITCH kind of improves on that, like having it a little more variation, you know, and stuff like that. Which, you know, I love that Tudor is, you know, as raw and constant and straightforward as it is. I mean, that's, you know, specifically why I go to a band like that. But what WORMWITCH does, you know, with much more variations than that, it's kind of a cop-out to say, you know, that they just, you know, sound like Tudor. There's a lot more variation there, but, so yeah, that naturally made me like WORMWITCH, being a fan of those bands. So both of those opening bands were totally fucking rad. So then finally BAT comes on, and yeah, if you're a Municipal Waste fan, then you probably already know how much a BAT show is totally gonna rock. So that's kind of like what I was basing it off of, you know, going in. And as you see, I got the BAT hat, which I picked up there. I'll talk about the merch in a minute. And so yeah, BAT totally fucking rocked it. I thought this was a funny thing. I'm yelling out like fucking Shakaka! Yeah, and the guitar player comes to me, he's like, hey, that's a good guano joke. So I thought that was like a pretty cool happening. But the other cool thing that happened with BAT, and this is kind of like the thing that I generally love about these type of thrash metal shows, was there was a point in their set where I was kind of like locked arms with these other dudes, and none of us knew each other, you know. Well, I don't know, maybe they knew each other, I didn't know anybody. We're all locked arms and just like headbanging and thrashing together right on the front lines, and I was just like, you know, I love that kind of happening. I guess you could call it like brotherhood or whatever, even though that's kind of a weird thing to say, but I just love that in you know, the shows and stuff. So that was great. You know, I was really feeling it with the BAT show, and of course, yeah, the fucking riffs, seeing that dude fucking play live, and it's just, you know, seeing all that live, it just really, these are the kind of situations that really like amplify how good the albums already were. Because, you know, I already heard the songs and knew the songs and liked the songs, but yeah, seeing it live like really boosts it. I was actually just talking today about another band that's like that, is Wergo. Like, a lot of people are like, you know, I listen to it and I can't really get into it. And I could kind of see that, you know, with that kind of stuff. But after, you know, when I saw Wergo once live, it was like, oh, it's just amplified. It's just so much fucking better. And of course, that gets us to Midnight. So that was especially the case with fucking Midnight. You know, obviously I've loved these songs for a long time. I think most Midnight fans have been Midnight fans for a long time. I guess, I don't know. That's kind of an odd guess. Okay, so scratch that. I don't know where I stand on it. But anyway, seeing Midnight fucking live, and of course I shared some video footage of that. Fucking Satanic Royalty would be the album I'm talking about being into for a long time. Of course, being their debut album. Midnight having a, what do they got on their 4th record now? And yeah, the weirdest thing though was seeing their sound check when they came out without their masks. So I'm kind of like looking around for Athanar throughout the night, and Vanek, the guitar player. But you know, really the only thing I have to look for to identify any of those guys in the crowd is I know that one dude has the fucking like Frankenstein tattoo. So if anything, I'm like in the pit just kind of checking for tattoos. I don't even know how to find these dudes. So obviously, I never found any of them before this show. But when they're doing their sound check, I saw them, you know, with their stuff off. And if, to describe what anyone looks like, I mean, what is this, a police lineup? I did think that Athanar kind of looked like fucking Gallagher from Dying Fetus. So it was even wearing like the long sleeve and the crotch shirt, which I would kind of guess, you know, I could see the fucking Gallagher dude being like into that. I don't know, maybe those dudes are brothers or something. It's a weird guess. But yeah, obviously, dude, fucking midnight fucking live just fucking blew the pants off of me and everything, you know. And again, with that like whole brotherhood kind of thing happening, that's that band where everyone knows the words, everyone's singing along, everyone's fist pumping, we're all fucking riding this train, and that's fucking rock and roll. And that was this easily going to be the best fucking show of the year. I mean, I don't really know who else is coming this year, but god damn, seeing fucking Midnight Live. Yeah, so I got this shirt there. Remember when I first got to the merch table, I went straight to Midnight shit. I want to see what the Midnight had, because that's obviously my favorite band of this lineup. You know, no discredit to anybody else. Everyone rocks there that night. But yeah, they were like really sold out of a lot of stuff, but they still had a bunch of these shirts, oddly enough, which was the coolest shirt. So I was like, well, yeah, I definitely need that. Yeah, it's got some print on the back. About the tour. Just the fucking, the bell. And yeah, and I got the BAT hat. So they're just trucker hats that they get printed on. I think you can get these hats. I think I've seen these on Hell's Headbangers. So yeah, and so going straight to the table, I saw this there, and I saw that artwork, and I was thinking it was like fucking Slasher Dave art from Acid Witch or something. So I asked him, like, what is that? And he's like, oh, no, it's the guitar player from Midnight. So this is his, I guess, solo endeavor with, you know, other members. And it's totally fucking rocking. I listened to this on the drive home. It definitely feels like Midnight's type solos, but the lyrics are super fun. The best song is definitely track number 3. So there's a full-length Vanek album I've looked up now, and this is 2 old songs, and at the time of its release, 2 new songs included on here, but that third track, Heresy Undertow, if I was going to recommend a track off of this, that is the shit. This is a great fucking little I don't know, is that a demo or an EP? Wonderful. Oh, and yeah, so I also managed to snag the last copy of Sweet Death and Ecstasy that they had. I mean, I already own it on cassette, but I didn't have the vinyl yet. And it's only black vinyl, but I don't mind that at all in the first place, but especially when I'm actually, you know, buying at the show. It's just kind of extra special on that point. And so, yeah, right after that, I went over to the fucking BAT table. I definitely wanted the hat. And I wanted to get a copy of Wings of Chains, so I got that on cassette. And I also got I'm guessing this was like their demo, so I got a 4-track. I know they're both available on vinyl as well. The weird thing was this Wings of Chains, though, the tape was mislabeled. Side A and side B are actually reversed. Because I was rocking it and thinking, like, that's a weird like way to do things. And then I checked the track listing, and it was like, definitely, yeah, not right. So the track listing is just backwards. Either way, that was fucking good thing to have on tape. So now that we all know that, so it's not a big deal. You're not surprised when you get it. But yeah, I think that's everything I had to say about it. So yeah, fuck yeah, you guys like Midnight? Probably. I hope so. If you don't, yeah, check out the fucking live shots I got. And oh yeah, we've been listening to Cyst, Frozen Casket. This is available on Hell's Headbangers for purchase as well. And it's released through Reaper Metal Productions and Redefining Darkness. Kind of, I don't know, I guess they joined up to get a release on that. And we've been listening to that the whole time. And as you can hear, it's some death worship and just some all-around good fucking death metal. So that's it for now. And until next time, hail motherfucking Satan.